Hey guys. Well, since the movie is in black and white, hold on. Here we go. Anyway, this is my review on Young Frankenstein. Released in 1974, directed by Mel Brooks, and it's kinda based on the book by Mary Shelley and some of the Universal classic monster movies, but making this into a comedy. And that's what this is. It is horror, but most of it is comedy. The first time I watched this years ago on DVD, and luckily I still got it. Anyway, the first time I watched it, I really enjoyed watching this movie, and I did have a lot of good laughs, because hey, it's really funny to watch, and it is one of the most funniest films in history. There is no doubt about it. Take a look at Dracula. They made that into a horror/comedy. They might as well. Well, anyway, let's get to the plot. This is Young Frankenstein. The story begins at the medical school where we see our main character, Frederick Frankenstein, played by Gene Wilder.
That's Frankenstein.
Well, okay, Frankenstein, which he is the grandson of Victor Frankenstein. And there is a reason why he changed his last name, because his grandfather was a mad scientist who created the monster years ago, and he wants nothing to do with it. But one of his students asks him about his grandfather. He gets really upset about it.
My grandfather's work was doo-doo!
After class, the lawyer comes in with the box, and he tells Frederick about his grandfather, so Frederick has to go all the way from America to Transylvania. Sounds kinda familiar. But first he has to say goodbye to his fiancée, Elizabeth, played by Madeline Kahn.
I'll count the hours that you're away.
Later on, he gets off at the next stop at the train station, where he comes across Igor, played by Marty Feldman, which he is the grandson of Igor.
My grandfather used to work for your grandfather.
But we also see Inga, played by Terry Carr. They made it to the castle where we see Frau Blucher, played by Cloris Leachman, who she is the housekeeper of the Frankenstein estate.
Follow me, please.
And by the way, spoiler alert, she used to be Victor Frankenstein's girlfriend. Frederick wakes up and he hears the violin playing in the distance, and oh yeah, we get a funny scene with Igor. Okay, that was really funny. Then they found this laboratory where his grandfather used to work on the monster, but they also found this book on how his grandfather created the monster. But after Frederick reads it, he decided to create his own monster.
It could work!
Okay, I think Gene Wilder is trying to be terrifying since the tunnel scene from Willy Wonka. So they collected the dead body while Igor gets the brain, but he accidentally drops it and he ends up getting the abnormal brain. Well, just like in the Universal classic Frankenstein. Back in the laboratory, they try to make the monster come to life, but nothing works, causing Frederick to snap.
I'll get you for this!
Meanwhile, while the villagers are talking about Frederick, but then we see this character, Inspector Camp, played by Kenneth Mars.
To pay a little visit on the good doctor.
Meanwhile, back in the castle, they're having dinner, and by the way, after watching this scene again, it still makes me laugh.
What the hell are you doing in the bathroom day and night?
But then the monster comes to life. And the monster is making a yummy sound.
It's alive!
But then we see the monster himself, played by Peter Boyle.
I'm going to set you free.
He does the test on the monster, but then the monster snaps. Then they gave him this drug to sleep. But then they get a visit from Inspector Camp.
Genes und chromosomes.
But then Frau releases the monster, and it turns out she was the one who plays the violin. But then the monster escapes. We do see a scene where the monster makes a friend with this little girl, but not for long. Also a scene with the blind man. It is really funny.
Wow!
Frederick and the others got the monster, and then, well, we get to this.
My name is Frankenstein!
But then we get to this scene where Frederick shows the audience the monster, and then they do a tap dance.
And one night he came over and he looks at the pages and he says, "You tap dance to Irving Berlin in Top Hat and Tails with the monster? Are you crazy? It's frivolous."
The audience booed, causing the monster to get angry, but then he gets locked up. Meanwhile, back in the laboratory, Frederick gets a letter from his wife that she will be arrived in just a second.
Surprise?
Surprise.
But then the monster escapes, kidnaps Elizabeth, and... No wonder it's PG. After this, Fettrick plays the violin to make the monster come back, while Fettrick transfers some of his stabilizing intellect to the monster, who reasons with and placates the mob. So Inspector Kemp gives the monster a warm reception. Sometime later, Fettrick and Inga got married, while the monster and Elizabeth, they both got married. While Igor plays the horn. So that was Young Frankenstein, and what can I say, it's really funny to watch. If you're looking for a horror/comedy, but mostly funny, then this movie I definitely recommend, because hey, you might have a good laugh. So there you go, that's my review on Young Frankenstein. Thanks for watching, and bye bye.